And now we're going to take you to a stroll around one of the eco parks in Jakarta. And Yasha has given you a little teaser right there. So the development of eco parks in cities across Indonesia is one of the government's efforts to provide the green spaces for the public.
And now we have reporter Rebecca Napitupulu and video journalist Erwin Widyastama at the Tebet Eco Park in South Jakarta. You know, south is a bit east, not exactly south. But Rebecca, how do people in Jakarta respond to the development of green spaces, especially during this World Environment Day?
We have to admit that it's still kind of hard to find green spaces in Jakarta. So we're so happy to be able to enjoy some fresh airs and some greeneries right here at the Tebet Eco Park around in South Jakarta. Even though not many of them know about World Environment Day, but they do enjoy the nature, the environment in this space as one of the steps that the government has developed in providing green spaces in the area. So eco parks like this happens not only for recreation spots only, especially during the weekend, but also to create more green spaces around the area, because we know that green spaces in and around cities, collectively known as urban forests, like the one where we are reporting from, can mitigate regional and local flooding from storms, reduce water scarcity, and also improve air and water quality. However, unfortunately, if I can take you to see a little bit details about this area, we still see some of the people littering, and also they even though we still see some of the the trash cans around the area, but there are some people who still litter, and you know, they just throw their water bottles on the streets, and therefore some of the officers right now are cleaning up the area. And this is also marks as one of the sign for our government and for us as well as Indonesians that we need to pay more attention on these little habits that actually might hurt our environment, like where you should put your trash and how do you save the environment by not throwing all the trash wherever you like. It's one little habits that actually can save the environment, especially during this World Environment Day, as the as a reminder for ourselves as well. And if we are talking about World Environment Day, we have to talk about what is the government planning to do in Indonesia. The government is planning to reduce 26% in greenhouse gas emissions by 2020. And in 2019 itself, Indonesia is estimated to have emitted 3.4% of world greenhouse gas emissions from deforestation, peatland fires, and also fossil fuels. So we know that we still have a long way to go until 2020 with such goals that we have to achieve together. And of course, to achieve this higher end of the 2030 climate target for Indonesia that has been talking in some of the international conferences as well, it's very important for the government of Indonesia to put more investment in Indonesia's forestry and energy sectors, and also enable by increased levels of international climate finance. But of course, it also has to start from us, the people itself, because not only that the government has provided green spaces like this amid the density of the population in Jakarta and in other cities in Indonesia, so for us to be able to enjoy the fresh air and also to enjoy some greeneries inside the city, but we also have to protect what we have. We have to keep it clean as part of our participation in keeping this area clean, especially as a reminder in this World Environment Day. Back to the studio.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. Have you been to the Tebet Eco Park?
Actually, no, because I've been hearing testimonies from my friends who have been there. It's really, really crowded, especially during the weekend. So I'm still finding the right time to visit.
All right.
What about you?
It's probably not a big deal for you because you actually live on the outskirts of Jakarta, where
Right.
it's actually very green. So it's probably not a big deal to see greeneries there, right?
But I still want to visit.
you still want to check it
Yes.
out. You want to create a content for your social media, right? Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Bring your son.
Well, still talking about World Environment Day, actually our Minister of Environment and Forestry, Siti Nurbaya, said that this year's World Environment Day commemoration must become a moment, to increase awareness of improving fair behavior towards the environment. For example, what Rebecca said at Tebet Eco Park, she still saw people littering everywhere, So maybe take this day to remind ourselves that we must love the environment, throw the garbage on the trash can, not on the streets, obviously. And let me just give you a little data about what Indonesia has done for the environment. Actually, under President Joko Widodo's administration, various corrective steps have also been taken to support the community, which are actualized by allocating 12.7 million hectares of social forest and 4.1 million hectares of land reserved for the agrarian reform. And the minister also pointed out other environmental development efforts, such as the permanent primary natural forest and peat moratorium, restoration of peat water management, rehabilitation of watersheds and mangroves, sustainable forest management, and also development of forestry multi-business. And of course, those won't be enough without our participation as citizens to also take part in loving the environment.